What's up, fellas? All right. Good to see everybody on a Monday night. Air Marshal Mondays live. Good to see you guys. So, hello to Mike SSI, Shadow Ops, Dana's RC, E-Powered RC, Nate, Mr. Tui, William Mergita. Hello, fellas. So, we might have a small crowd tonight because another kind of big aviation channel decided to do a surprise live stream for hitting 250,000 subscribers. For those of you that follow CW Lemoyne, you may know who I'm talking about. So he's doing a live stream tonight at 8 o'clock. Boo. He doesn't do live streams. This is my time. Yeah, little N is in here, man. It's early in California, too. So how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's had a good week and that everybody is sorry. So I hope everybody's had a good week and that everybody got some flying in over this past week, maybe over the weekend. I know I saw let's see. I know Nate and Ray put up a bunch of videos because, I mean, those guys were out Saturday. I don't know if you were with Ray all night Saturday, Nate, but I know y'all were out late, like packing it in at like 10 o'clock. Thanks, Tui. Well, it is Mondays with Mover, but he does like a pre-recorded thing every Monday, or the Mover mailbag or something like that. He does that every Monday, which is cool, but it's usually like a recorded episode, and he just puts it up like in the morning. So I was kind of surprised I didn't see that pop up till later this afternoon. I was like, oh God, Mover's going live. Like, everybody's going to be watching him. Mr. George Watts, what is up, my friend? How are you doing? Yeah, Nate. I mean, y'all went out there early and you stayed late. I think it was like 14 hours or something. Ray said y'all stayed out there flying, which is awesome. Which is awesome. Apparently, y'all had some chargers with you, or a damn pickup truck bed full of batteries. So, for those of you that decided to come and join in the fun on the RC Air Marshal YouTube channel tonight, I just want to, say cheers and give y'all a big thank you and let you know that I appreciate y'all coming by. And here's some barley pops. So for y'all that are old enough to partake in some adult beverages, go grab your favorite barley pop, or maybe your favorite adult grape juice, or even, your own favorite liquor, and let's sit back and have a chat. Beer flu. That's awesome, George. That's awesome. Yep. So that was one of the things I was a little worried about with that AR-637T is I really didn't put a lot of gain on anything because I didn't want it to like freak Dave out if it started oscillating. So I set the gains kind of low and, you know, kind of go up from there rather than intentionally setting them a little higher and go down, which is normally what I do because typically you start your flight a little slower and then speed up. So I don't mind if they're a little high and then bump them down. Well, hello, Cat. So that's normally how I do it is I set them a little higher than what I would want them at, see how bad it is, and then adjust them down instead of going from down to up. But, you know, what do I know? So, but yeah, I'm awesome. That is awesome, George. I'm glad that that thing flew well for them. And hopefully it will continue to provide them a fantastic airplane for a long time. That's awesome. Joseph Youngblood, good to see you. Wild Bill, how you doing? Hey Shadow, I saw what you were saying about your truck, that you had some thrust bearings that were failing on you, and that sucks, dude. So, you know, hopefully you're able to get it resolved, or at least get something that works. So, someone had asked what we're going to be talking about tonight. Well, first, I want to, you know, have a little bit of moment to, not necessarily, I mean, nobody got hurt, no one got injured, but, you know, being, or having served, you know, a long time in the Navy, you know, one of our big amphibious craft is on fire in San Diego and has been since yesterday morning, and that's sad to see, right? And I know that this is a RC show, right? So you know, who cares about big Navy warships? But you know, there's been a couple of submarines that have caught on fire like that, and maybe. And one of them was, you know, one of those submarines was the Bonefish, and that's been quite a few years ago. The Dolphin caught on fire like that and just completely destroyed the ship. And the USS Miami, a few years back, you know, caught on fire and just completely destroyed the ship. And to see, you know, this big, impressive, larger than life ship, you know, on fire like that is just a shame. You know, not so much for the taxpayer dollars. And the way that I'll explain it is this: that every ship, as soon as it's commissioned, as soon as you put a crew on that ship, you know, that steel and cable and copper wire and that ship starts to take on a life of its own. And, you know, that's why we name them. That's why we affectionately call those ships a she. You know, they're all special and they're ours. You know, those are our ships, the taxpayers. And it hurts, you know, to see one go, you know, that's on fire like that. And, you know, the amount of time that it's been on fire, the amount of damage that it's done, which, you know, won't be known to the public for some time. But, I mean, just looking at the video footage that has been taken so far, I mean, that ship is an inferno. You know, it's bad. It's bad. And if the inside of the Miami is any indication as to what this ship is going to look like when they finally get the fire out and go in there and do some inspections, I mean, the Miami was completely gutted from the forward, or from the watertight door forward was just completely gutted. The only thing that remained was the hull, and parts of the hull were warped and damaged from the amount of heat that you know, was on that steel. So this ship having a hull that is thinner than the hull of a submarine, I just don't know if they're going to be able to recover it after the fire goes out, and that's a shame, man. It's always a shame, and it's sad for a ship to go out of service before its time is up. And the good thing is that the crew is safe. All of the crew's been accounted for. They have had some hospitalizations from people that are fighting the fire, that are getting, heat stress and smoke inhalation. And, here's the thing. Like sailors, I mean, we're not known for being the guys, I mean, unless you're like a Navy SEAL or a Seabee or something that's in a combat zone, or a, Fleet Marine Forces, medic that's out with the Marine Corps. I mean, sailors aren't known for going out and getting in the trenches and fighting battles. And I'll tell you right now, those guys are in the trenches fighting a war with that fire right now. And I pray for every one of them that's in there fighting that fire. I mean, this is the war that the Navy fights, is casualties on the ship, fire, flooding, these big time emergencies, doing everything that you can to keep that ship afloat, and God bless them. And I hope that they can recover the ship. So that's all I'll say about that. I'll go back and Shadow, it wasn't an aviation accident. It was I mean, nobody knows exactly what started the fire yet, other than it started in like the forward hold of the ship. And apparently they had a bunch of materials and things down there where they would normally keep a bunch of stores for the Marine Corps, because these are the types of ships that the Marines deploy in. Big LSDs, LHDs, the big amphibious vessels normally carry, hovercraft and Harriers, and the new, I think it's the C variant of the F-22, or it may be the B variant of the F-35, the vertical takeoff variant. So they're big ships, and something caught on fire. And the thing is that, and anybody who has been through any kind of firefighting training can tell you, when a fire gets out of hand, I mean, it is very difficult to regain control of a fire once it has gone out of control, and it just engulfs everything, and it's just sad, man. So that sucks, and hopefully those guys will be able to get the situation contained, and get the fire contained and get it out before the ship just sinks at the pier. My understanding is that the forward mast of the ship has already collapsed, and that's certainly not a good sign. So we'll see how it goes. I hope the best for him. Hi.
Hi. Sorry, I had to go get the full permit.
It's cool.
You were talking about the fire?
Yep. So as far as I know, the fire's still going. So Joseph Youngblood, as far as I know, man, the Navy doesn't use OBAs anymore. They're using Scott air packs, which is way better. But they still only have about 15 to 20 minutes of time of usable air in those Scott air packs. So, hopefully
Hey.
they'll.
I lost my.
How the hell did you lose your phone? You just had it in your hand.
That's why I need an Apple Watch.
Right.
I'm kidding. I don't need that. I can get one of those little towel things. You know?
Yeah, exactly, Joseph. It is fight or die.
Hey.
You know, I mean, those guys. Thank God they're in port, and that the ship was in a maintenance
No
period.
kidding.
Um,
There could have been a lot more people hurt than what were. I think, I don't know. Maybe.
because I mean, it just could have been. It could have been a lot worse. There could have been a lot of lives lost if that ship was at sea and this happened. They were able to evacuate the ship, which is standard procedure. I mean, the ship's crew will try to fight the fire, and if they can't, standard procedure in port is to evacuate the ship if it gets out of control, which is exactly what they did. It's exactly what they should have done. So I hope that they can save it. If they can, great. If they can't, that's terrible. Because that'll be a big loss, not only to the United States, but for all of us, man.
Okay, I'm not gonna stay on long because I have to work tomorrow and I'm really tired.
Okay.
So I just wanted to get on and say hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well and being safe. And what are you talking about tonight?
You just kicked the dog.
I didn't mean to.
All right. So, as back to RC stuff, I've done a lot of videos, over the past week. We've done a couple of charger videos. We've done a smart checker video, and it's kind of rolling into something that I've been wanting to do for a while, which is kind of an expose series on all the smart equipment. An expose.
Hey, GB. Hey, Wild Bill.
Expose.
Hey, hey, Joseph.
Mr.
Hi.
Jackson. Hello. GB, Mickey B. Wild Bill.
What's up, y'all?
What's going on, fellas?
You need to go fly tomorrow.
I can't.
All you gotta do is go get a battery.
With what?
Debit card?
I don't have a car to go get the battery while you're at work.
It's called Uber.
I'm not going to Uber to get a battery. Anyway.
I can go get you one on my lunch break. I don't know what to get.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
I'll get one tomorrow after work.
So yeah, all the smart stuff that I've been working on, that's been a pretty cool project. And there's some more stuff to come. I'm going to be doing videos on the batteries themselves, obviously the smart checker, the S1100, the S2100, the S150 chargers. Hopefully I can get my hands on the DC chargers, but their power supply is out of stock right now. I've got the Avian and the Firma smart ESCs, several iterations of them. Smart receivers, on the Surface side, the 6610 AT or the 6600 AT, whichever one it is. I've also got the AR637T, several iterations of it. Just all of the stuff that makes up that smart ecosystem, the ESC programmer, all the little bits and pieces. I want to do another series of videos on all the little bits and pieces of the smart ecosystem, because I think that as we've all found, and it's certainly no knock on Spektrum, their marketing guys are pretty good at what they do, but
hi.
They and it's all time is money, right? I mean, they put the information out so quick that it kind of gets lost exactly how it all works together, and that's kind of what I'm wanting to do, is put together something where it lets people know, like, hey, this is the smart ecosystem, this is what it does, these are all the components, here's how they work, here's how they all work together, type of thing. So yeah. Oh my god.
I don't know.
You big baby. Look, something just happened. Hey, George Watts.
Hi, George.
Thank you, George Watts. I appreciate it. So, George Watts just made a contribution to the channel via PayPal.
Thank you, George Watt.
So, thank you, George. And if you guys would like to make a contribution via PayPal, you are certainly welcome to, and we appreciate your support.
And we do really, truly put everything back into the channel. So
we really do.
It
even
really
though
does. Go back into the channel.
You know, even though we're broke.
We are not broke. Amy started her new job today.
Yep. Yeah,
Very
I mean,
happy.
all the money that we're bringing in from YouTube, from affiliate marketing, from PayPal, all the contributions go back into the channel.
Yes.
Which is awesome, and it's kind of made this whole being jobless thing a little less shitty.
No, I've been worried about him a lot. But if it wasn't for you guys, then I'd probably be more so worried. So thank you for being here for him and letting him do this. And
that's pretty nice.
I really do appreciate it. Not just him, but I think we all do. So thank you. This whole COVID thing just kind of smacked us all in the face.
Yep.
So, but we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. That's what
You have the other. Dude, those.
We have two. Yeah, we have two.
Those guys are fucking fake sailors, GB.
Who?
Like, just because their last name don't make them real sailors.
Who's a sailor? What? I missed it. I can't see. Where did you get
The UMX Dobermans. That's funny. We didn't know we had UMX Doberman pinchers.
You can get one in a girl model. It's really fat.
That is so funny.
I mean, or you can get a little boy. I recommend the boy.
UMX. Ah, damn.
He's like, I'm a celebrity.
Yeah, we do have 2 dogs. Oh, that's funny.
We have 2 dogs and a cat.
Yep, the cat joins us every now and then.
And then he asked me a couple months ago for a border collie, but I just don't want to make life that difficult for myself.
Yeah, border
right
collie
now.
is kind of maybe after these dogs are gone.
Shut your mouth.
I don't like talking like that, but they're not gonna live forever.
Well, I don't know.
He's 14. This guy's 14, and he's still jumping up in laps and wagging his tail and shaking his leg, and
she's probably what, 4 or 5.
He can't hear no more, which is cool.
No, I think it's selective hearing.
It's very much
like when I want him to come inside and he doesn't want to because he's stalking something.
David Martin Graff, the Real Flight Fly-ins are the first Monday of every month. So if you joined us last week, it was the first Monday of July, which is why we had the
what
fly-in.
Yeah.
And the next one will be the first Monday of August. So if you tune back in on the first Monday of August, you will we'll all get together and do some flying.
Yeah, y'all have a lot of fun when y'all do that.
Oh yeah.
It's funny too.
Those fly-ins are a blast.
I could get on there and actually crash into stuff, and
and we've got the other computer in there, and you can join in too.
What? It was bothering.
It's probably one of Rusty's hairs.
Oh, it was gray. So, could have been either one.
So,
crashing a plane, I'm scared. Somebody cried about. I would literally cry if I crashed a plane. Like, I would cry.
Well, it wasn't EQ, Farmer Man. It was Eric RC. I think a different person. And I saw that video because I'm subscribed to them. And
I would just bawl my eyes out.
Well, and I don't know is there anything more than I'm quitting YouTube, or was it, is this the person who crashed the plane that y'all are talking about?
Oh, he didn't have to quit YouTube.
Is that what happened? Eric crashed a plane and quit YouTube? What's up?
Aw, I hope not. It's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna happen to everybody.
That's why you need 20 airplanes, man.
Yeah. Is that why? No, I'm kidding. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, if
It's
you
like
only
if you
had
get-
like one plane, I mean, look,
then I would really cry. But
all of us, every single person that flies RC ever in the history of RC aviation has crashed a plane. And if you haven't crashed a plane yet,
you're not flying.
if you ain't crashing, you ain't flying. That's what they say.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is, like, it happens to every single person who flies RC, all of us. And you know, and it's just a thing, man. It's just a
thing. It can most of the time be fixed.
Here's the deal,
and
right?
If it can't, then you had fun, didn't you?
Here we all understand the risk when we get into this game. All of us. If you don't understand the risk, then you are naive, right? When you drop $500 on an airplane, you got to be willing to risk it. You got to risk it to get the biscuit, right? That's what they say.
I don't know if that's what they say about
That is what they say, damn it.
RC airplanes.
You got to risk it to get the biscuit. And, you know, if you're going to put $500 up in the sky, you got to be willing to let the $500 fall out. And maybe not controlled. It may come back as a $500 trash bag full of foam confetti.
Or it can be something that can be fixed. You never know.
We saw that, farmer man. But look,
you cartwheeled one 2 weeks ago. Oh wow. Oh man. But you know.
Yeah, Dana, that's true. This guy behind me, man, I wrecked the crap out of it. Well, I mean, I didn't wreck the crap out of it, but it broke and I fixed it. My little UMX turbo timber. Man, I broke the whole front end of that plane off. And I mean, it came back in a pile. And I glued it all back together. You know, I spent all night. And by that night, it was flying again. I flew it around the neighborhood.
That's true. I want to go. Where's the one we flew at the lake?
That's that one.
Oh, that.
Yeah, it is fun.
I think all of our state parks are so cool. I don't know.
I think they're open. I don't know. But they're probably going to close again because, you know, because
our mayor's not very happy right now. And I don't
all
blame her.
of the people that were sick are now getting tested. So now we know, like, the true number of people is starting to come out. Kind of like the true number of people that have the flu every year is never truly known, because I know every time I've had the flu, I've never, ever gone to the doctor for it.
There's
never.
nothing they can really do. I mean, unless you go in the first 24 hours.
What
you
is
just have
up?
To live with
oh,
it. Aww,
Dave's
thanks,
RC.
Dave's RC.
Man.
I said, hello, beautiful night. Right now, I just got out of the pool. So I'm not beautiful
Dave's
right now.
RC.
Thank you.
You're a punk.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
I love my wife, but you're a punk. What?
I need to cut your hair again, love.
What's up, Ryan?
Hey, Ryan.
How you doing, man?
What's up?
You can't dunk your plane?
Can't dunk your... Oh, it's the little floaty plane. We could take that boat out there, but we'd probably lose it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, maybe it was a birthday present, and I remember seeing him in the channels, and I want to say, that he bought, or
that really
was he the guy that won the DX9, Ryan, in your show?
And then he crashed.
Where the man, who were those guys? Where freaking Jason and Cody were in there, and you guys did the big giveaway with Horizon. Was Eric RC the kid that won the DX9?
He says, my doctor family friend tells me to stay out of his office when I'm sick. No joke. Great dude.
Well, I thought that it ended up being two guys that ended up winning a DX9. because of the way that it went down. Like, but anyway, you know, I want to say
Fake it till you make it,
that
dude. Just
you
don't
know he
quit.
was given some decent equipment.
Yeah.
You know, and now he's got that airplane, and that's a shame, man. You know, I hope that
I understand it can be probably very can be heart heavy
it sucks,
about it.
man.
It kind of be like getting a new car and then crashing it to me. That's how I would feel.
So Dave's RC, the Marshall family is doing great. Thank you for asking.
Yes, we are.
And I hope that the Garrett family is also
I hope
doing
that you
well.
guys are also doing well.
And George Watts, I know that I've already said it, but I will say it again. That is awesome that they finally went out and flew that Avanti. I hope that they enjoy that plane and all of the pretty cabling inside of it, because that was my handiwork. Dave's RC is a sloppy bastard. He don't put planes together like that.
Uh-oh, there's fighting words.
Fighting words right there.
Fighting words. Hit a fire hydrant. Oh. I've never done that. I don't know. My early 20s are a little bit foggy, so it's possible. But anyways. You fly, you're gonna crash. That's right. Oh, they were saying, Pilot Run, they were saying that somebody had gotten an airplane.
The cat did eat it, dude. That thing had some...
Crashed it and...
That plane did have some bite damage from a bad cat. Gooniac,
wow,
what's
Bill.
up?
Wow, Bill.
So I'm glad to see everybody tonight. Look, I know that there is a very big YouTuber, very big aviation YouTuber that a lot of us watch, and he decided to do a live stream tonight. So for those of you that are here, thank you. You guys are awesome. And I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming.
We love you guys. Truly, we do.
Jeff's Custom RC, what's up?
Hey, Jeff's Custom RC. George Watts, Nate Kugel. Of course, Dave's RC. Huey RC. And Joseph Youngblood. Hey, all you guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Hey, y'all.
So... There you go, Gooniac. Put that little bastard in his place.
Someone crashed into you? Well, Bill.
It happens.
Ouch. See, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm going to hit somebody's car or somebody's head or somebody's body or their kid, and then I'm really screwed. Like, right. I don't have that much insurance or money. But
so
you said yes, they did? How did that feel?
What happened?
Somebody hit Wild Bill with the plane.
Oh, that sucks.
Ow. Sitting on the runway.
I'll tell you, it might hit you harder, but I would almost rather get hit with a jet.
You made some eggs for supper?
I'd almost rather get hit with a jet than with a prop plane, man, because if that prop hits you, it's jacking you up. But a jet's just going to leave like a nasty bruise, maybe break a leg, but it ain't going to like slice your arm off.
Broke a leg. That was not fun. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, that was the worst thing ever.
E-Powered RC, thank you, sir. So, outside of the smart stuff, little announcement, there is an item that has been out of stock for a while. It is an extremely popular item, and if you want to get it, look in the description of this video, check out Horizon Hobby, and go get you a smart checker today, fool. They are back in stock at Horizon Hobby. They are $39. It is absolutely the best tool in RC. And check out my recent video on the smart checker. If you don't know what it's all about, get you one. Click the links in the description, and it helps the channel out, man. And we love you for it. Yes, Robert Ortleb.
needs 31 more subs.
That is a fact.
Yeah, I'm already subbed to him. Sorry.
We can't keep subbing. All
can't
my
sub
accounts are
anymore.
subscribed to Gooniac. But yes.
Where's your dad?
My dad?
Papa, are you here?
My papa might be in here watching. So,
Okay.
Mary Boozer, thank you, sir. I really appreciate it, man. You know, there's a reason they only send me chargers and receivers. And it's because I whooped that ass at making charger and receiver reviews.
If you're
You just keep doing that.
okay, so guys, I'm gonna let you take it from here. I'm gonna hop off because I have to work in the morning, and
Jermaine, you got it, buddy. I will get that sent out to you today.
well, the post office is closed. I'm just kidding. I'll take it tomorrow, and I'll
No.
send it.
I'm ordering one because he won one on a show and it's been out of stock. For like ever.
You make sure you get it quick because they'll be gone for long.
I don't think so. I think they ordered a ton of them.
Okay, I hope they did. But yeah.
So
have a great night, guys. I'm gonna jump off here and go chillax. Before I have to get up in the morning. But I will talk to you all later on. Love you guys. Love you too, my baby.
So everybody that
Mama, come on, let's go.
Everybody with the kind words about you know, the charger videos and the smart checker videos. Thank you guys so much. You know, those I also put up a flight video of the P-47, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it here in a little bit. But I'll tell you, putting up a flight video, putting that together takes 30 minutes. Putting together these charger videos, these smart checker videos, these you know, they take days or many hours. Putting that together and going through everything that needs to get done to really give something that's going to be beneficial to the audience. So I know that they're long. If you consider, you know, 20 minutes long. I mean, heck, there's some people out there that put out 3-hour videos on one airplane. So I guess 20 minutes isn't too bad. But look, if you're out to learn about these chargers and all of the different functions and what they do, how they can benefit you, how to take advantage of all of the different features of these chargers, that's why I make these videos. So for you guys that are you know, expressing the gratitude, I have far more gratitude for you guys. And thank you for the kind words, and it's certainly very motivational to keep me doing those types of videos going into the future, and I love doing them. So thank you guys very much. And I hope that everybody is able to learn from them. That's the goal, is to put out, you know, videos that are going to be valuable and beneficial to the community, not just today, but for a long time. You know, those are certainly long game videos that explain the features and the functionality of equipment that is going to be part of the RC community for years. And I want people to be able to benefit from those videos for years. So that's kind of my motivation, is you know, put out something that's going to be thorough and hopefully not too dry, but I mean, the intent is for them to be educational, so it's a very cadenced flow. And while it may come off as kind of robotic, it is what it is, man. Sorry. So, guys, that was something else that happened this past Thursday. Another real validating moment for me because, as you guys know, this channel is still pretty young. But it was a very validating moment. This past Thursday, Horizon Hobby did one of their air hangout shows. You know, I'm not sure who it was behind the account, but, you know, Jason and Steve Petrata were talking about the AR636. And whoever's behind the mask of the Spektrum RC brand account, and it may be Tom Cogswell, actually said in the chat, I mean, like, go to the RC Air Marshal YouTube channel for the best tutorial on how to program the Spektrum AR636. And that was also, I mean, it's little things, but it was awesome, man. It was another one of those true moments of validation. You know, it's kind of like, you know, when Ryan does his funny thing where he's like, "Hey, guy, they like me, man. They really like me." So, I mean, that was fantastic to see the acknowledgement from Spektrum for all of the hard work that I put in, man, and it has been hard work, and now that it's done, you know, it's time to have fun again. So, thanks, Uniac. Man, it was a Holly Weird moment, man. It was a bit of a Holly Weird moment, even though there wasn't like a huge. I mean, there wasn't like a huge crowd in there watching it, maybe, you know, 70, 80 people, but still, man. I mean, that was awesome. I could use some help with my AR8010T. So an AR8010T, I think that's just a straight up 8-channel receiver, yeah? It doesn't have AS3X or anything, so what do you need help with, Wabu? Plug it in, bind up, dude, go. I do believe you need to have some satellites on that guy, though. Mike Kennedy, thank you. Is that what you need help with, is the telemetry? So that's something we can probably talk about, like, you know, you can get in touch with me anytime, you know, on Facebook Messenger or whatever, if you have Facebook, or shoot me an email to rcairmarshal@gmail.com, and I can try to help you get it sorted out. All right, so next on the agenda, Fred Barron. Thank you, sir. I truly appreciate that. Fred Barron is such a huge supporter of all of our channels, and every time he pops in, you know, the contributions that he makes to all of the RC community is huge, and you know, I'm certain that we'll put that to good use, Fred Barron. So thank you. Mr. Tui, the series for the AR637T, I'm not going to call it complete because it's not truly done yet. I have some more advanced topics that I need to get into, but I think there's 11 videos in the series right now, and it will take you all the way from installing the AR637T all the way through getting safe set up and setting up your flight modes and getting everything assigned. Some of the more advanced stuff that I'm going to be putting in is how to set up like independent gain adjustments, and just more advanced topics. But the basics, you know, the framework of getting the receiver set up is already there, which is why I haven't been in too big of a hurry to get the other stuff out, if that makes sense. Mary Boozer RC, Hey, thanks, man. You know, I will still thank Fred, but you know, we can pretend to hate each other, Wes. It's cool. Oh, you guys. So, yes, if you're getting, and look at this. Look at all these guys doing this for Wesley. Hey, look, y'all keep super chatting each other all night. Just keep hitting that $sign. Look at Gooniac. I love you guys. Thank y'all. Thank you guys. So, listen, I finally got to get a flight video up for the first time in a while. I think the last one I did was the V900, and I've got more. Yeah, dollar bills, y'all, dollar bills. So, I got I finally have been able to get some flight videos done here in the very recent past, and I've got more to come. So the the P-47 was the first of, I think, like 4 flight videos that we're gonna have coming up that I've already got filmed. I just need to get them edited and get put up on the channel. Yeah, absolutely, George. None of them crashed, so don't expect any crash videos. They are just flight reviews of airplanes. So obviously we did the P-47 today, and as much as I would love to just bash on this plane because it's Dynam, I mean, look, if y'all go watch the video, you'll see it. Man, this thing is sweet. I mean, does it still have crappy landing gear? Yes, it does have crappy landing gear. But man, it flies awesome. I mean, as soon as, and look, in the video it flew great, and that was with the drop tank on. Since then, I've removed the drop tank, the center tank that hangs on the bottom of this stupid thing. I've removed that. Randy, thank you, sir. You are awesome. I've removed the center tank, and that removed a lot of the drag. So, one of the things that I was trying to do during that outing when Amy came out and filmed either 3 or 4 airplanes that day was I'm trying to fly the planes a little slower, and she's working on it, like how far does she need to be zoomed in, and I think we need to work on getting the shots in a little tighter. But we're still figuring out our mojo, man, of the flight stuff. So I think that it's gonna it's certainly gonna make a big difference once we get all that figured out, because I think that we're able to see everything in the camera a lot better now, which is awesome. We were having some pretty difficult times being able to see what was going on inside the viewfinder, and I've done some mods to the camera that have made that a thing of the past. We've also kind of figured out our frame rate issues. So yeah, he powered RC. It was pretty close to the ground, dude. We've also figured out like the frame rate issues and how to keep the video from looking like it was kind of stuttering. So we've got that figured out. I think that P-47 video was a lot smoother than the flight videos we've done in the past, but we just need to work on the zoom and stuff like that. But we're certainly getting there. Now, one of the things that I'll tell you, like this P-47, man, without the drop tank, all the drag goes away and this thing just slips through the air. What I will say is it does have, this actually, I am running one of the Admiral RX600 SP, the gyro, gyro stability plus. So it's a Lemon RX receiver that I've got in that thing, and it's dialed in, man. And that was like right out of the gate, just tweak some knobs and go. And I didn't have to do anything with it as far as adjustments go. So that thing is flying great. And go check out the video, after the stream, after Gooniac stream, check out the video of the P47 and, click the links in there. And those links for BitGo Hobby, they don't even help me out. Those are Pilot Ryan's links. I don't have affiliate deals with BitGo, so I put Pilot Ryan's links in there. And he's been such a huge help to the channel. I still don't mind doing that. If I don't have, a direct affiliate link for a product that I am doing a video on, I don't mind helping Ryan out at all. He's a great friend of the channel, great friend of me. So, buy some BitGo planes, man. Freaking flaps. Nathaniel Pulling. Thank you, man. Look, man, I get it. I am very poor myself. So I get it, dude. And don't worry. Listen, you're going underway. What? Oh, Ryan, that is exciting. That is exciting. You'll have to call me. Call me later and let me know how it goes, dude. Because that's exciting. So listen, Nathaniel, I truly appreciate that. I understand I am not in the best financial situation of my life right now, but it could be worse. And the only thing that I ever ask of anybody, if you want to make a contribution via Super Chat, via PayPal, whatever, that is absolutely not a requirement. The only thing that I ever ask of people is to just watch the videos, hit the thumbs up, make a comment. Those are the things that really make a big difference in our little YouTube environment. And that's the motivation, that's the motivation that drives me to keep doing this stuff, is when people are watching those videos, when they make comments like yours, that's bigger than anything that anybody could ever give me, as far as like a monetary gift. I mean, there are 1,400 people, 1,300 people almost watching the channel now. That's awesome. I never would have imagined that. I mean, if you look at the number of weeks that we're into this live stream, I started this live stream maybe a couple of weeks after I started the channel in earnest. I put up like a Viper video, I think last August or something, which was like my first video. And then I, didn't put up anything else until I put up this silly, F-18 elevator fix. And then some guy on YouTube said, hey, that's awesome. And I was like, dang, I can make more videos like that. And I did. I took that guy's advice and I ran with it. And what has been created, because of the, that little push over the edge that I needed, has just turned into like a little monster of its own, man. And it's awesome. I love what I'm doing. And the reason that I do it has nothing to do with money. So I do it because I love it. I do it because I love the hobby. And I do it for people like you, Nathaniel, that say, hey, man, I love what's going on. I love what you're doing. I mean, that's what does it for me. If you love what I'm doing, then I love doing it. If no one was watching, there'd be no reason to keep making it. So, you know what I'm saying? Yep, Jeff, it's not at all. Now, I will tell you, hey man, getting paid a little scratch on the side, that's awesome. I never ever in a million years thought that I would ever get anything back for what I'm doing. So to be able to reap those benefits today is amazing. And I certainly don't expect to retire off of the little bit of side money that I get from doing this YouTube stuff. And all of it's going back into the channel anyway. I've got projects that are lined up that are waiting, for those funds to come in. And that kind of is an awesome segue into the next part of the topic. So, I did want to tell you about, kind of what's on the way for the channel as far as videos that you will probably see over the next week. So, some of those advanced AR637T videos. I've got one more AR636 video that I want to put out because I have figured out how to do a gain adjustment without using a trim switch. You can actually use a knob for the gain adjustments on an AR636 using a little bit of trickery inside of the DX9, IX12, DX8. I've got it set up where we can program the knob to be able to do gain adjustments on the AR636 in flight, which is badass. So, those are some videos that I've got coming out here in the near future. I haven't filmed those yet, but we're going to get them going. As far as flight videos, I have the Dynam C-47 Skystrain. That thing flies amazing. I mean, what a great plane. That is a great plane. I can't even lie, dude. I was kind of shocked. It doesn't have a ton of elevator authority, so you have to fly at very scale. You have to make coordinated turns. It's got these big long wings and a really short fuselage in comparison. So you don't have a ton of elevator authority in your turns. So the way that you turn that plane, the way that you fly it, it just makes you think a little bit, but it flies fantastic. I was honestly surprised at how well the C-47 does in the air, and it got a ton of compliments because it's a great looking plane. Yep, so that's one of the next things is the C-47 from Dynam. And the C-47, so Dynam's got a lot of airplanes that people don't want, right? And I get that, right? Dynam's not the highest quality models in the world, especially when we're talking like models that other people make, so why would you get a Dynam P-47 when you could get an E-Flight or you could get a Flightline bird? Why would you get an FW-190 when you can get a nicer one from one of the, better manufacturers? But the C-47, that's one of those ones that you can't get it anywhere else. If you want a C-47, you get it from Dynam. If you want a P-61, you get it from Dynam. Right now, if you want a decent sized Waco, you get it from Dynam. There are planes out there that I think are worthy of showing, that carry that Dynam name. And, and those are the ones that I want to bring to the channel, is the ones that you can't get those planes unless you get a Dynam. So I want to show the best parts about them and still talk about, some improvements that can be made, but, how to get these models flying really well. Instead of, we all know that Dynam doesn't have the best reputation, but the planes aren't that bad. You just got to be willing to put the work in, and that's what I want to show you guys is here's the work that you got to put in. Here's what you got to do. And, if you put in the work, the reward is that you get a great model at a decent price, and you had to put some effort into it, which I enjoy that. I don't mind putting in some work into a model and making it, making it where there's a part of me in there. I didn't just throw a couple of screws in, like I put my heart into that plane to get it to fly. So, and a little bit of ingenuity and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I enjoy the challenge. So that's what it is. All right. Now, outside of the C-47, I also have a flight review coming up on the Aeros RC MiG-29. That thing is a bad beast. Hopefully, that'll probably be the next video I put up is the MiG-29. I love that plane. There's obviously going to be more information in the flight review video on the things that I found with it, and I think that Guniak also, confirmed this for me. I do have an AR-636 in the MiG-29. It's custom programmed. I put it in there. But I think that Guniak was using a Limit RX, and the elevators are very sensitive to gain on a gyro. It's almost like they don't like it. I had to turn the elevator gain way down and almost put the plane in because the elevators just did not want to respond. And when I finally got the plane on the ground, I could see it hit the ground and the elevators were just like, like, what the hell is going on there? So, I turned the gyro off completely, put it up in the air again, and it flew like a dream. So it really doesn't need a gyro because it penetrates through the air so good. And it really doesn't have like really long wings to begin with, so it doesn't have a lot of surface area there and a lot of wing loading, to get thrown around too much in the wing. I mean, it cuts through the air pretty nice. But what I found is that, kind of mid gain, I think I've got like 50% gain on my ailerons, maybe like 45% gain on my ailerons. I think I've got like 70 or 80% set in the rudder. And I turned the elevators down to like 15 or 20%, and now it flies amazing. So, that was just one of those things that I learned, and hopefully for you guys that want to try to tackle a MiG-29 here in the near future, if you decide to get a gyro, that's some information that'll be able to help you out. And be looking for that video as well. And that one will also be using Ryan's links because I don't have Hobby Zone links either. Right, Nate. So yeah, the MiG-29 definitely does not like it doesn't like having a gyro on the elevator. You damn near can't have it on at all. In fact, I may turn my elevator gyro just off. I may just turn that to 0% because it's so much better without it. But the other thing is if you fly it without it, like I notice that the aileron gyro, it likes aileron gain. It hates elevator gain. And I really couldn't tell the difference between like no rudder and like 90% rudder. So I left it at like 80% gain on the rudder, which does help kind of keep it coordinated through the turns. But it's not like it flies tail heavy, guys. Yeah, I mean this thing just slices through the air. It's a great little plane, and we'll get into that in the flight video. But I mean, if you like the SU-30 but you don't like the SU-30 price, I mean, the MiG-29 is a great model. It's a great model, and I think Ray's got some stuff coming up here, maybe even tonight, in about an hour. If you tune into Ray's show, we'll be able to see what Ray's doing with his MiG-29, because I think he is building some in-runner units to go into the MiG-29, and I think that might be badass. So watch Ray's show after this. It's coming. Awesome. So, and the last flight review, I mean, it's not really a flight review because unfortunately the plane is no longer. Unfortunately, the plane's been discontinued, but I do have a flight of the E-Flight Commander, and this is kind of the AR-637T, kind of the wrap-up video. You know, showing it at the field, showing how the in-flight gain adjustments work, and really, you know, like dialing things up and letting you see firsthand. Like, this is what too much aileron gain looks like, and watching the plane oscillate through the air. This is what too much elevator gain looks like. You know, this is what too much, you know, just to see the thing kind of wobbling through the air with too much, you know, too much yaw gain. So, working with the commander to kind of finish off the AR-637T series, and then, you know, we're just going to have fun with that plane now because, I mean, you can't really promote it anymore. There's nothing to be said about the commander now. You can't get him. It does look drunk. What's up, Chuck G? So the Freewing F-35, yeah, it's 70 millimeter. The MiG-29 is using twin 64 millimeter EDFs. And all of the 64s, and this is why I'm looking forward to Ray's videos, all of the 64 millimeter EDFs that I have seen so far have all been outrunners because it's such a small motor. So I'm really looking forward to see what Ray has up his sleeves for the MiG-29, because I think he's going to be doing some in-runner setups, and that'll be neat to see. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about tonight is, what's up, kitty? F you. My, let's see, my very awesome, and you guys can see it back there, and you've probably seen it before, my F-18 is officially getting retired. My Blue Angel F-18. I am retiring that aircraft. I mean, it hasn't flown anymore since the video I made on it, but it's officially getting all of the guts ripped out of it. I am pulling all of the Freewing servos out, and I'm buying a handful of like Tower Pro servos to put in there just to hold the control surfaces in place, like the cheapest, crappiest Tower Pro nylon servos on the planet, just to hold all the control surfaces in place. And that's where it will stay forever. I am pulling the EDF unit, I'm pulling the ESC, I'm pulling the receivers, transmitter, all the cabling, ribbon cables, everything except the structural stuff, and this will just be a Hangar Queen. I'm gonna leave the retracts in there because it still needs wheels, you know, to be able to sit. Or I could hang it from the ceiling as a flying model and pull the damn retracts out too. So anyway, and my plan is to take the and I didn't know this at first, but I did some research on it, and I figured it out that the original F-18, so this is not one of the high performance models, the original F-18 with the Outrunner, the 9-blade Outrunner, uses the same Outrunner unit that the 6S F-22 uses. I've been wanting to get an F-22 for a long time, so my plan is to get an ARF plus F-22 and put the power system from the F-18 into the F-22, just kind of use the F-22 as a donor plane for all the electronics. And so, you know, that'll get me into an F-22 for a relatively cheap price, about $400 new for the ARF Plus. And you know, the motor and EDF fan unit, receiver, you know, the gyro, everything that I've got in the F-18 is going to be awesome. Yeah, Kenny, I know. So is the F-18. So Shadow, I do want the F-15, but I don't think that this motor that's in the stock Outrunner version of the F-18 has enough oomph to get an F-15 off the ground and keep it running good in the air. I know that the 6S F-22 runs great with that same power system that comes with the pre-high performance version of the F-18. So the Outrunner motor of the F-18 and the Outrunner motor of the F-22, same exact power system. So that's what I'm getting, is an F-22 to put the power system of the F-18 in. Now, what I want to share is that, yes, we have one F-18 that's never going to fly again, and I'm okay with that because it's awesome. And it's a tribute aircraft. It was never intended to be, I was never going to fly it that much anyway. It's far more of a, you know, of a showpiece. So I'm fine with this thing being a hangar queen forever. And I will just, you know, wipe the dust off of it every now and then. The fun part is that our man, Raven Rock, Machine and Aviation, who I think has actually changed his name to just Raven Rock now here on YouTube, and it's no longer like Raven Rock Machine and Aviation. It's just Raven Rock. He should have just called himself Crack Rock. So Dustin and his family had planned a trip to Atlanta to come down here and go to Six Flags. And he was kind enough to bring the base gray F-18 that I bought from him before the whole coronavirus crap. So I had actually planned on going to North Carolina a couple of months ago and picking up another base gray Freewing F-18. And that plane, unfortunately, has been stuck in North Carolina because of all the COVID-19 crap. So Dustin was nice enough to bring that with him when he came down here to Atlanta, so I now have the replacement for the F-18, and that is going to be a pretty fun project. Some of you guys that have been around the channel for a while, when I first started talking about doing a base gray F-18 and taking this one out of service, I think I may have shared with a few people like some ideas that I had for paint. I have decided exactly what I am doing for the paint now, and I am actually working. Now, you know, we don't have anything official yet, but I've been, you know, in talks with Jeff's Custom RC. And we're talking about doing, you know, they're going to do some custom graphics for this airplane. And, you know, the paint scheme and the custom graphics and stenciling and everything that I want to do to this thing is going to make it one of the coolest looking F-18 models that I've seen yet. And yes, I do intend to fly it. Like, this isn't a tribute to anybody. It's a tribute to me. So, I mean, there's 40 people in the room, 37, 40, what's the difference? So, who wants to see, if you haven't seen it already, some of you have seen it, some of you have not, I'm going to share it. The paint scheme that I'm going to do on the new base gray F-18. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? All right. All right, I'm gonna show it to you. I mean, and it's badass. So, you know, you were warned. All right. All right, you guys, check it out. Here it comes. Yeah. So this is the livery of the VFC 12 Fighting Omar's Aggressor Squadron, and they fly out of the Oceana Naval Air Station in Virginia Beach. And these are some bad bitches. Now, what's interesting is, you know, as I'm sure a lot of you guys that follow like the demonstration squadrons know, you know, demonstration squadrons and aggressor squadrons do not get new airplanes. They are the oldest planes in the fleet. And the Fighting Omars are even worse than the Blue Angels. So the F-18 demonstration squadron, yeah, they're still flying like old school FA-18C and FA-18D for the number 7 aircraft. You know, so the single seat and 2 seat, the C is the single seat, the D is the 2 seat. The Fighting Omars are still flying F-18A pluses. So the original F-18A design with some updated avionics and stuff like that. But they all look the same. So, you know, even though this says it's an F-18C, it's really going to be an A plus, you know, done in this livery. I absolutely love this paint scheme. Let me go back here, and I'm gonna show you guys another picture because this is certainly not the only one, and there's some other ones out there that look just phenomenal. You know, with the plane in the air flying, it just is a freaking sweet looking plane. All right, so here's another look at it. I absolutely love this paint scheme, and it's cool. I mean, it's like a winter camo, but they are an Arctic camo. They call it Winter Splinter. Which I think is sweet. And we're definitely doing this paint scheme. I absolutely love it. And, you know, I bought all the paints to get this done on Sunday, I think. And, you know, now it's just a matter of finding the time to do it and kind of document all of it. Because in addition to just doing the paint scheme, I also want to document the process to be able to share with everybody, because I think it's just a sweet looking scheme, and you know, I want to be able to share that with the community, you know, kind of the creation of this and everything that goes into doing a paint scheme like this, kind of the same as I did with the Carmen Gia that I did with Ryan, but this will be, you know, painting an RC plane, which I think is more of what everybody that's here It's more of what y'all want to see anyway, right? It's so sexy. Hey. I'm just sitting here staring at it. Like, this is a freaking cool plane. I mean, it's really not that complicated. It's this is just an F-18 with some white and black or white and like charcoal gray squares painted on it. I mean, this thing like came right off a carrier, and they slapped some stencils on there and painted some gray and white triangles. So the fact that the plane is already mostly gray takes half that work out of my hands. Yeah, I'm still on. We still got like another, let's see. We still got 37 minutes. I go till 10 o'clock. Yep, so my plan is to, I've got like the black that will go, right, like all of the canopy accents, the interior needs to be painted black. Back here is all black and going up the nose. And then all of like the nose cone outside of the very tip, the nose cone is kind of a charcoal, like a graphite color, and all of the darker squares or the darker, polygons and stuff are more of like a charcoal color rather than a solid black. So I've got the black, I've got the charcoal, I've got the white, and I'm still kind of up in the air if I'm gonna try to just repaint the whole plane because it's not the exact same color gray. But we'll see. I'm still kind of up in the air on that. Like, should I repaint the whole plane or just leave it the gray that it is and do everything else? I'm even going to try to get in there and do panel lines and weathering and make it look like an old FA-18 A+ model. I absolutely love the way this thing looks, and I am looking forward to being able to share that project with you guys as it kind of unfolds over time. And it should be cool. So Dana's RC, this is so in the Navy and the Air Force, they both have what are called aggressor squadrons. And if you remember the movie Top Gun, where you had the F-14s and they were flying against like A-4s, the A-4s in that movie were a Russian aggressor squadron. They're U.S. fighters that are painted to mimic the paint schemes of Russian fighters, down to the emblematics, the stars, the overall paint scheme. It is made to look like a Russian aircraft, but they are U.S. pilots, U.S. aircraft. And they do like BFM maneuvers and things like that, and dogfighting with U.S. A lot of these are reserve pilots that fly for the aggressor squadrons, and this is what they do for their 1 week a year is they play guinea pig, or they go out and do dogfights against active duty pilots, which is pretty cool. Yes, they do use Russian tactics as well. So it's pretty cool, man. David Martin Graff, as far as I know, there is no way to turn off the touchscreen of the IX-12. I don't think you can. And yeah, I mean, I know that that what you guys are seeing on the news looks like an aircraft carrier. It's not a it's not an aircraft carrier. It's a LHD. It is an amphibious landing craft. It is huge, or it's an amphibious assault ship. They're giant ships that carry hovercrafts and marines. And in fact, I think that's the kind of ship Ryan served on, if I remember correctly. He was on a big Gator freighter. They carry helicopters and what we used to have Harriers on them, and now I believe they are, it's a combination of either Harriers and F-35Bs, the Marine Corps variant of the F-35. Yeah, so LSD, not the exact same kind of ship, but still a very big ship. Yeah, Ospreys too. So, yeah, it's not an aircraft carrier. It does not have a nuclear reactor. It runs on a couple of boiler plants. It is, but it does have like a lot of fuel on board. And if the fire does get down to that fuel, it might not be the best thing in the world. Yep, that'd be terrible if it gets down to the fuel tanks. All right, so that's really all I had for the show for tonight. So Shadow, they are boiler plants. Yep, those are just boiler plants. So they're steam powered. And really, nuclear power is just a big boiler plant too. We just have a really fancy heat source for our boiler. Yep, so that's all I really got for the show tonight. We've got some neat stuff coming up on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned in. And for everybody, now, Shadow, there are definitely some turbine powered ships out there. The DDGs, all the Arleigh Burke class destroyers are turbine powered. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the cruisers, the Ticonderoga cruisers, are also gas turbine. But the big ships, I mean, obviously carriers, anything with like an N at the end. So SSN, SSGN, SSBN, CVN, those are all nuclear powered. And the Arleigh Burkes are turbine. And probably like some of the newer like littoral ships are probably turbine operated. And the cruisers are turbines. But your big assault ships are all boiler plants. Thank you, George. So anyway, so if anybody's got some questions, we'll keep going for a little bit. If anyone's got some questions, if not, then we will go ahead and end the show a little early and let everybody go and maybe get something to eat, go grab a few more barley pops, which is what I plan on doing, going and grabbing a few more barley pops before Gooniac show. So so we can get jacked up. Thanks, Dana. So I did want to say thank you to George Watts and to Joseph Youngblood and Randy and the Boozers and Fred Barron and Just Custom RC and Dave's RC and all the folks who, either sent contributions via PayPal or Super Chat tonight. You guys are all awesome. Thank you all so much. Hey, look, Fun Flying RC is here. Looks like this may be the first time you've been in the show, and that's awesome. Thank you for coming by. Unfortunately, it looks like you got here right at the last second because we're kind of wrapping things up. Paul, thank you. The P-47 is awesome. Remember, guys, if you guys want to try out one of these Dynam airplanes, they really, they just take a lot of effort to get them together, but once they are together, they are actually pretty solid planes if you're willing to do a little bit of work to get them flying right. If you want to check one out, go to either pilotryanmedia.com and click on BitGo Hobby, or go to my video on the P-47 and click on the BitGo Hobby links in there, and help out your buddies. All of us that do these shows, they help us out a little bit when you buy using those links. If you're interested in any of the Spektrum SMART stuff that I've been doing videos on lately, almost all of my videos now have a link to Horizon Hobby. So check the description of my videos and click through those links if you're interested in any of this cool new Spektrum stuff or any of the videos that I've been doing. Those product links, when you click on those links, they all go back and pay a small commission back to the channel, and it all goes right back in, guys. So awesome. Fred Barron, it is an awesome flyer. Thank you, E-Powered RC. Thank you to everybody. You guys all go and enjoy you some barley pops. I'm trying to stay monetized, so I just show a Yeti cooler. So thank you guys all for coming out tonight. I really appreciate you coming. And I look forward to seeing you guys all again next week, where we will be talking probably about whatever I do over the next week. And if you guys have anything that you guys want to see on the show, special requests for videos, you guys can always hit me up. My email address is rcairmarshal, not the RC Air Marshal, just rcairmarshal@gmail.com. So hit me up in email if you have any questions with receivers, transmitters, special configurations that you want to see me do a video on, anything like that, any ideas for videos, send them to me. Just don't send me things that say hey, why don't you do a video of something that will get me banned for life from YouTube, because I'm not going to do that. So anyway, I hope all you guys have a great night. Thank you guys for coming out on a Monday. And we will be back next Monday, same time, same place, for another episode, number 32 of the RC Air Marshal YouTube channel, Air Marshal Mondays. Be sure to visit Gooniac coming up here in about 45 minutes. On Tuesdays, be sure to visit our buddies Dustin and Jeff's Custom RC. And then after Jeff's Custom RC and Dustin get done with Flight Club, check out Mike Keller and his crazy show. And then on Wednesday, be sure to check out Ethan RC. And then right after Ethan RC, our boy GB Linden for Hump Day RC. And on Thursdays, our man Kenny, who just keeps his show going right into Friday nights when Dave's RC comes on. And then sometimes before Dave's RC, we might see Farmer Man. Sometimes we don't. It's kind of up in the air. On Saturday, it's our guy, Pilot Ryan. Everybody knows him. And on Sunday, visit our friends, the Merry Boozers. And then on Monday night, it's back to me. It's back. Screw all those other guys. It's back to me. Anyway, guys, everybody have a great week. If you need something from Horizon, click the links, and we will see you guys next week.